Okay, it's a bit of a video update, only a relatively short one because it's fairly self-explanatory what I've been doing, as most people who've been following will see, will have seen before. So basically the general gist is this window situation, and the door is coming along very nicely. You can see where it's all been flatted back now, it's all the right kind of shapes and things, all nicely curving as it should be. All these lines here have been tidied up. These aren't fully done, these are to 40 grit level. They need to be done to 240 grit, but that obviously won't be done until it's all in place properly. Same along these sides. I mean, I've cut all the shuts and everything else. That's all basically done there. There's only so much I can do without actually getting the door off to get in behind and then flattening back the right places. But this will all be the same level, basically like a factory type finish eventually. I couldn't do it just yet, obviously there's a little bit more gone out there. Well, it looks like it, but it's actually just that it's cut more, it's cut deeper. See in there? So it looks like a bigger gap, but there is a slightly off gap on this. It's not bad though, to be honest, it's pretty good. As you can probably see through that video there. I've also cut the, try and get in here, cut the window to door section. So basically that's exactly where they're going to sit. So you can see it literally looks like one piece now. So if you were to look at it, it's going to be that kind of panel gap. So obviously again, this needs just a little tidy up just at the top there, this section. Well, all the way down really, just needs sanding. Just need a couple of thousandths of an inch basically off that, and that'll be all good. So yeah, it's looking quite nice. It's all nice and slick. Then it all goes to the back and goes into that nice little recess that obviously technically wasn't there before on normal Clios, because there's usually a rubber in there. So obviously this window normally sticks out a little bit further and comes to sort of the edge here, but I like the recess, so I've ditched the rubber, don't need them anyway. And I'm going to obviously seal that in once it's all done. But all these sections here, all these along here have all been done. Then if we can get a bit lower, you might not be the best of views here, but you can see how that's working now. That's basically there. It's again, that's on 40 grit. In fact, to be fair, that's not fully flat yet, but once it's on 240 it will be. It's pretty close. Next thing on the list is I've got to cut the door sections. Obviously at the moment it's held on by this kind of thing, because it's like it's all been blending in. So what I'm going to have to do is find a way of basically keeping this section intact at the top, and then basically cut the door shuts along where they should be, where the lines are. I've got to flat all this back. Obviously you can see how lumpy it is, it's terrible. But that's good because it means it basically needs to flat. So I'm going to be flattening this whole door, sill and quarter panel once I've moved all that rubbish. That'll all be done, so basically that'll be down to sort of 40 grit initially and then 240 grit eventually. It's going to take a little bit of flattening, a bit of sanding, but I'll keep you updated. But it's actually not as bad as it looks. It literally just is a good flat long bar needed. Once that long bar is done, I'll then be able to see the gaps where, well, the outline of the gaps at least, where these all come from. I don't know if you can see any at all at the moment. I think I can. So if you can see there's a bit. There's a bit. But yeah, you can't really see all of it for obvious reasons, because it's covered in primer and filler and all sorts of stuff. So once that's all flatted back long bar, that'll be looking pretty tasty, and I'll be able to get the door off, do the inside trim panel, and also the door card and the fitment of it. So basically it'll hang properly on the top. Well, whatever I do with the hinges situation. I don't know if I'm going to hang it from the bottom or the top yet, or both, I'm not sure, but I'll see. But yeah, there you go, that's what we're looking at. So I think that looks pretty spot on, to be honest. It's come out exactly how I want it. These won't be painted, by the way, these windows. These will be wrapped in gloss black wrap. So basically it's just to make sure these are flat. Considering what I've been working with, that's pretty spot on. Can't complain with that. I'm sure somebody will have other ideas and just say, well, okay, yeah, that's not looking great, but yeah, to me it's looking really good. So again, not final finish at all, but it's pretty close. So yeah, feel free to comment, let me know what you think, let me know if this has gone better than you expected, see if you had doubts and that sort of thing. And yeah, feel free to comment, subscribe if you can as well, that's always good. And I'll do another video next week.